So we are talking about cutting-edge technologies in agriculture. So I'm giving the floor to Mr. Igor Tretyakov, who is General Director of Gamma Robotics. He is going to speak about drone aircrafts. So you're welcome. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, dear colleagues and friends. My name is Igor Tretyakov, and I am General Director for Gamma Robotics, the services of UAVs or drones for agriculture. I would like to introduce to your attention. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for taking part in such a meaningful event. Let's start. Many of you have probably heard about UAVs and encountered in your professional activity and in everyday life. UAVs are nothing to surprise you. They are quite actively entering all the spheres of our life. So 5 to 7 years ago, their application in the civil sector, it was a fantastic, but now there are a great number of modifications and varieties which find their application in various spheres. When we speak about services rendered to various sectors of economics, UAVs with specialized software for data processing are able to provide a great number of services. Where such UAV technologies can be used, what objectives they follow. I would give you some of the tasks, that is stock taking of farmland and related issues related to that, creating digital maps, slope maps, resulting in planning necessary measures to be taken, NDVI control, agro insurance, and using plant protection agents, as well as delivery of things. I would tackle in detail. So the data of aerial imaging helps to do online monitoring. And everybody understands that what difficulties it brings if you don't control. So the overuse or underuse of fertilizers and seeds, bad planning of taxable base, as well as inability to identify suppressed vegetation or the growing of gully network. So digital maps of fields compared to paper maps is of great advantage. Depending on the software you use, you can upload the information you need, such as plan history, plan crop rotation, and control measures resulting from aerial imagery. You can form 3D visualization of relief or making digital models, and you can transform height map into models. You can calculate and visualize runoff directions to form the profile of the land plot taken. It enables farmers forecast the directions of runoffs and create the technologies and plan soil protection measures such as soil redistribution. So the materials, orthophoto plans, maps, DMMs, and others can be used for vertical planning and So modeling hydrological maps, and for planning rice checks. Simply speaking, such materials can be used for land improvement measures and preparing projects for land improvement. So the geodetical precision is up to 10 centimeters in plan and 15 centimeters in height, enable you to get a good result. So UAVs can be used to do online monitoring, real-time monitoring, video and photo monitoring, or get data for further processing. This opportunity enables you to control agrotechnical measures taken, as well as supervise the quality of the work carried out. Monitoring harvesting can be done with the help of the data received, and forecast the yield and assess the yield, or monitor field work and land cultivation. Also, I would like to emphasize multispectral imagery taken with the help of software, Panorama and other software that enables us to visualize data from UAVs and make a vegetation or NDVI map. Based on the data received, identify and visualize the suppressed vegetation, so that the result would be a good fertilization, and the data can be exported in shapefile or CSV format. Apart from that, aerial survey can be used for monitoring insured assets, giving you a visualization of them, comparing the autumn plant crops in autumn and in spring would be difficult to control in spring. The materials, the imagery you get would stand you in good stead when coming to conflict situation, and they would enable you to evaluate effectively the yield and loss. I would also like to give several examples on use of drones for agriculture. The first is using UAVs for plant protection or stimulating agents or liquid fertilizers on fields. First of all, it is in great demand in those areas where traditional methods are hard to be used. Rice checks or mountain slopes. Drones are used for transportation of spare parts, tools, real-time overhaul where a serious intervention is not required. One thing is spending resources, sending a human there for delivery tools and equipment. Absolutely different thing is when a drone will deliver everything to the required spot. I would also like to emphasize the opportunity that the UAVs could help to control open storages of beetroot or cereals, and with the help of formulas, equations, and thermal imagery, the volumes can be evaluated, and the decision making will be streamlined, and if any measures to reduce temperatures by moving the product in elevators or mills is required. Drone technologies is gaining its momentum both in agriculture and other industries, and this tools becomes a great helping hand together with other vehicles. To crown that all, the use of UAVs and digital data can be characterized with the words. It's typicality and objectivity, visuality, real timeline, transparency, traceability. Transparency and traceability of the processes in growing and storing products, as well as transporting the product to the place of its preliminary storage. I'm finishing my presentation, and I would be happy to give you comments, answer your questions at the end of the session. Success in your work. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Igor. I would like to use the opportunity to ask you a couple of questions. What about the seasonal nature of using drones? Does it influence the use of drones anyhow? Of course, the seasonal nature, of course, has an impact, not only because the agriculture is a season impacted industry, but there are certain requirements to the quality of the data obtained from this shooting, so that the material is functional. We would recommend taking into account our experience, the use of drone for relief models, either in early spring or late autumn, when there is no snow and minimum of vegetation development, minimum greenery around. Such approach is not possible when a farmer needs plant vegetation, plant development, which is made according to the plant development cycle. One more question. In accordance to your competencies and knowledge, agricultural companies should have their own drones and have their own experts, or is it possible to use outsourcing? Each farmer makes his own or her own decision. It depends on the size of the company and fund availability, if they can buy their own and hire experts. So the farmer can pay for that, but the pending issue here, the question to be asked, if this reasonable to invest into that, and if the equipment will be used all over the whole season. This drones is a high-tech equipment which requires professional expertise, and just giving a list of what you should be ready for if a farm is thinking about buying their own equipment, is not only buying drones themselves, one drone or drones, depending on the objectives they have and the areas they possess. It's also instructioning the operators, if they have smart guys at the company. And of course, the pending question will be buying spare parts and spare drones, as there is a human factor and a risk of drone falling, even professionals drop drones. What is more, buying a server for hosting software, specialized software. Everyone should weigh the pluses and minuses. If a farm has small areas or it is a large company and the use of drones is seasonal, and it's one-time event, the best idea is to get outsource help from professional companies who have been in that business for years and who have their own drone pool and experts. Thank you.